So welcome to the State Board procedures for your practical exam for cosmetology. In this particular video, what we're going to be demonstrating is the second part of the State Board practical exam, and that's considered your blowout. Your blowout is part of the first phase, I like to call in the State Board, which is three parts. The haircut, which you've learned about, the blowout, and last but not least is the curling iron. So that's the first phase. The second phase, which we'll be demonstrating in future videos, is phase 2, which is demonstration of techniques, which is rollers on top, perm rods on the side, pin curls on this side, and finger waves in the back. And the last phase of the State Board is the chemical part, and that will include foil highlights, color retouch, as well as a retouch for relaxers and virgin relaxer applications. So those are the three phases, and I want you to think about those and practice them in those three phases. So for the blowout, what we're going to do is, to get started, is we're going to take a section of hair, and again, if you do need to wet this down after your haircut, you most certainly can. To start the State Board blow dry procedure, we're going to be taking a section of hair, and we're going to do this, and they let you choose which side you do. So in this case, I'm going to be doing the right side and the top of this blowout. So I'm going to take a section from the center of the left eye over to the back of the right ear. So we're going to go from the crown just behind the ear here, and we're going to clip this hair, that rest of the hair, out of our way. So this is the part that's getting blow dried, and this is the part that we're going to clip away. So I'm just taking all of this hair from this side that is not being blown out, and I'm going to clip that out of my way. At this point in time, we're ready to begin. And again, taking this section is part of the blow dry procedure. It is also part of the timing. At this point in time, I'm going to take my blow dryer in my hand, my brush is in my hand, and my clip is in my hand. And I'm going to start by taking a section of hair just at the very bottom. We're going to clip the rest of the hair out of our way with our clip, getting it out of our way, and we're going to get started with our blow dry. We're going to start at the very bottom here and work our way up to the top, and here we go. Using a round brush, I'm going to make sure that I blow dry the same process as I've done when we were taught here at Capri, and that is to make sure the root areas dry first, then the mid-lengths, and then the ends. Once I feel it's dry enough, I will then take the ends and roll them under. And now I'm ready for my next section. We're going to drop this down, take another sectioning with our clip this hair out of our way, and here's our next section. When you do this blowout, please take note of where my blow dryer is positioned, so I'm not accidentally blow drying hair opposite of the way I should be. Following the brush out with the blow dryer, making sure that hair is 100% completely dry for that examiner when you go to your State Board practical exams. Connect the two, and I'm ready to move on. I'm going to continue taking sections through this area until I get to about the center of the eye that I'm working on, which is the right eye in this particular case. And I'm going to continue my blowout exactly the same process that I've been doing by tucking this under on the side. Now at this point in time, they do tell you that you have to work from the crown towards the front hairline. So I'm going to show you two different body positions on how to do so. What we're going to do though is we're going to take our clip out, we're going to take a section of hair from the crown area, and again, utilizing all of the hair that is not clipped away from us, and we're going to start by putting our body position on the opposite side of the mannequin. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start this blowout by standing to the side and dragging that hair forward 45 degrees over. So again, my body position is to the side, and I'm working that hair, root area first, then the mid-lengths, and then the ends. At this point, I'm going to show you another position that you can do, and that would be to tilt the head back slightly, and I can then take a new section of hair, and I can actually work from the back. So keeping my body behind the mannequin and working my blow dryer forward and standing behind the model, or the mannequin in this case. Again, 45 degrees over. Making sure that that hair is drying from the roots first, then the mid-lengths, and then the ends. So either body position is acceptable. And it's entirely up to you which one you choose. What I do recommend though is once you decide which one you're going to practice, always practice this part of the practical exam by using that position for your body. So this way you get a memory of how you're doing this blowout technique. Whether it be the side or from the back, it doesn't matter to them. But to you, you want to only practice one way. We have our last section here. Always making sure that when you're completing this particular section, it is 100% dry. They're going to be checking to make sure that the mannequin is completely dry in this section before moving on to the next phase or next steps of the practical. So, this is the State Board blow dry procedure for your New York State cosmetology practical exam.